Our church family, we are looking forward to this Sunday because we get to kick off a couple things. We're back in our building this week. You'll notice that we're also doing two services. We're doing 9 a.m. and 10:45, so please do note the service changes for that. We wanted to give you a quick walkthrough to show you what to expect as we make some changes to try to minimize any risk of spreading coronavirus or any other kind of sicknesses. So we're going to ask you, first of all, that you come in the main sanctuary doors here. We'll have these open as much as possible depending on the weather, but so you'll come in here. We're going to ask you to wear a mask as you enter, and then once you get to your seat, like in a restaurant, you can take it off once you're there. So go ahead and come inside, we'll see what we've got going. So you'll notice that we have the kind of fellowship area in the commons roped off a little bit here. This is basically, think of this as a hallway. So you're just coming in the main doors and heading straight into the sanctuary. But if you want, will be a seating area. You'll be able to participate in the service here. This would be a great place for families. If your kids want to be doing some drawing or other activities to engage them at their age group, this would be a great spot for you. Or if you just need a little bit more space or a tabletop, you're welcome to participate in the worship service right here. You'll also notice that throughout the commons area, we have some hand sanitizer stations. Feel free to make use of those. We do ask that you be mindful of keeping 6 feet, that in this area you're wearing a mask, that you're cleaning hands and all that. In our bathrooms, we've done a couple upgrades to be able to do a hands-free washing. So we've got soap dispensers and all that stuff that are now hands-free, motion activated, just to provide another level of protection there. So we're also doing one-way exit hallways in the north and south end of the building. So again, you're entering through the main doors here straight into the sanctuary, and then after the service is out, you will exit through one of those hallways, and those will be one-way, just to kind of cut down on congestion. And then this is usually an area that is packed full of people on a Sunday morning, especially in September. We're going to ask that you keep those conversations outside as much as possible, just to, again, alleviate that kind of crowding. So let's take a look at what we've done in the sanctuary as well. So you'll notice that we have spaced out the chairs. We've taken every other row and kind of pushed them forward to provide a little bit more space and distance between us as we worship. And then we ask, as you find a seat, sit with your kind of party that you're with, and then leave about 2 or 3 seats in between you, again, just to give a chance to provide that physical distance between us as well. But we will have worship services as normal. We'll have singing, we'll have preaching of the word as well. And eventually we'll be able to add a Lord's Supper to that. We won't be doing that this first week, but we're looking at that down the road. We won't be passing the offering plates. We'll have a location for you to give your tithes and offerings here in the sanctuary as well. And then you'll also notice that we're doing live streaming starting this week, and that'll be at the 10:45 a.m. service. So if you're not yet coming back into our church building, we'd love to have you join us for that. And I think that's a special time because it'll allow us to be at the same time worshiping, whether you're at home or whether you're here in the sanctuary. You get to worship together in that. And I think that'll kind of provide at least a little bit of a sense of connection between those who are at home and those who are here worshiping, because we'll get to worship live at the same time. The other exciting thing about this week that we're kicking off is our preschool and kindergarten program. We've been running nursery the past several weeks, and we'll be continuing that in the lower level. This week we are adding preschool and kindergarten for the full hour. So from birth to 2 is nursery, and then up through kindergarten is in the preschool room. That's in the lower level. So you'll go down like normal to the lower level. You'll check in at the check-in station there, and then the kids will have a special time of teaching just for them. At this point, we are limiting our kids programs to just the 10:45 a.m. hour. So if you want to get up early and worship, come at 9 a.m. And then families with younger kids who want them to participate in that program, show up at 10:45, and we hope the kids will have a great experience there. We're hoping at the start of October 4th, to start our first through 5th grade program, and that'll start off with just the large group time during the sermon time of the worship service. They'll start here with us, and then we'll dismiss them down to the lower level. And then starting in November 1st, we're planning to do the full hour for 1st grade through 5th grade. So thanks for your patience with us. Thanks for your understanding as we walk through kind of different times, a little bit of disruption. And I do just want to say one more word. I recognize that some of us We're not going to be really pleased about the idea of wearing a mask into the church. But recognize that this is just a simple way that we can show love and care for other people. Jesus gives us such an amazing example of not putting himself first, but sacrificing himself for us and for our salvation. His suffering, his death on the cross is such an amazing example of what he did out of love for us. He shows us what other-oriented love really looks like. So this is just a very small way. Those of us who don't like wearing a mask just into the worship service here is just a small way that we can show love toward others, especially those who are more vulnerable, who might have some underlying health risks and things like that. So please, let's not make this a big deal. Let's not allow this to be something that divides us. Instead, it's a simple opportunity for us to serve one another and for us to love and care for one another. But all that said, we're really excited to be able to continue to gather as we worship. We're really grateful for the church family and the way that we have surrounded one another in love and care and service. And we're looking forward to moving the next step in our worship together. So see you Sunday.